Greetings, dear listeners. Hope you're all doing well. And welcome to Unboxing 1812, Volume 4. Recently, I acquired a collection of 72 books about the War of 1812. I don't know what the titles are, but I thought we could share the joy of discovery together here at 1812 channel. How this works is, as I remove each book from, today it's box number 3 of 4, I'll hold it up, read off the title, and you can tell me in the comments below which of these books you would like me to review on 1812 channel, where I have been occasionally known to review a book. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a like, leave a comment about the books you would like to see reviewed or not, and please be sure to subscribe to 1812 channel. Let's start a community of people interested in discussing that most fascinating war, the War of 1812. Now, hopefully we'll make it. I'm losing my voice. My camera person only has one hand to work with, but we will do the best with what we have. So, without further ado, here are today's books in box number 3. And the big ones right off the top. Gold, Braid, and Foreign Relations. Diplomatic Activities of U.S. Navy Officers 1798 to 1883 by David F. Long. And I'm just reading about the U.S. Navy right now, so that should be interesting. Something here, Dean Martin. No, it's not Dean Martin. It's William Martin, and he's talking about Citizen Kane. No. He's talking about Citizen Watson. Citizen Watson. Sorry, it's early in the morning. I haven't had enough coffee, and I'm making puns. I don't know if this is related or not, but White House Diary by Jimmy Carter. I lived the Carter era, and there's old Peanuts himself, Peanuts and me together. I'll read that anyways. I might relive some of my misspent youth. Okay, now this. Okay, this looks more like what I had in mind when I bought a bunch of 1812 books. This is a very old, battered book called Andrew Jackson, the Border Captain, by another one of my relatives, Marquis James. Marquis James. What a great name. Wish my parents had given that. Hi, I'm Marquis. Marquis. So we've had a book by William, we've had a book by Marquis. Okay, now you can tell this one's been looked at a lot. Look at that cover. Official letters, sorry, my voice. Official letters of the military and naval officers of the United States during the war with Great Britain in the years 1812, 13, 14, and 15 by John Brannan. And that might sound a little dry, but this is the stuff that researchers use when they write the books about the War of 1812, because it's in the letters and the correspondence that they find out what actually happened, or what the officers said actually happened, or pretended actually happened. Okay, they're on their side now, so I think I recognize this one. See if I'm right. Yep, Flames Across the Border by Pierre Burton. I haven't reviewed that book, but I reviewed the first one, and I actually have a copy of that. This is the one I reviewed. It's got William Henry Harrison on the cover. Not sure who's on the cover of this one. Does it say anywhere that I can find quickly? Oh, it says this is Tecumseh. So is this Tecumseh? Might be. You know, we have a very kind of dim idea of what General Brock looked like, because a lot of portraits of Brock that have come down in history aren't actually him. It's probably the same with Tecumseh. Good. I wanted to get this book because our local library doesn't have it. It has other books by Donald E. Greaves, and about various War of 1812 battles. He's a famous Canadian historian. And this is where Right and Glory Lead, the Battle of Lundy's Lane, 1814. Lundy's Lane, a street I know very well. My stepfather used to have his offices on there in Niagara Falls. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing this someday. The Battle of Lundy's Lane was probably after New Orleans, the biggest pitched battle in the War of 1812. Okay, invaded on all sides. The story of Michigan's greatest battlefield scene of the engagements at Frenchtown and the River Raisin in the War of 1812. So this is an American book, and it's by Ralph Naveaux, because many of the early settlers in both Michigan in the Windsor area were Francophone. So you see many Francophone names in that area to this day. The British at the gates. I mentioned New Orleans a minute ago. The British at the gates, the New Orleans campaign in the War of 1812 by Reilly. So that's going to be a counterpart to Lundy's Lane. Okay. See the cover. I bet it's Andrew Jackson. And I'm right. The Battle of New Orleans. First military victory. Andrew Jackson in America's first military victory. Well, that's not quite true. But, and this is by Robert, it looks like it's Robert V. Remini. I thought it said Robert Vermin for a second there, or Vermini. No, it's Robert V. Remini. Sorry, Robert, it wasn't the first American victory. They were very rare, but it wasn't the first one. Okay, here's 2 volumes. Oh, it's my old nemesis, William James. I must have the whole collection of William James naval histories. He was a great naval historian, but he was rather partisan. And he did not like the United States very much. Apparently, I haven't read the books, I've been told that. Military history, 1830. The Naval Monument, containing official and other accounts of all the battles by somebody called Abel Bowen. Abel Bowen. I wonder if he was an able seaman, Abel Bowen. Well, hopefully he's an able writer, and I will have to check this out. Because the War of 1812, you know, if you live in Canada, you tend to think of battles in southern Ontario. It was all over the world, on the seas, everywhere. And is this it? The last one. I bet my camera person's going to be happy. I think I may have this book already, but with a very different cover. This is The War of 1812 by John Mahan. John Mahan, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. So that's it for box number 3. If you would like me to review any of these books on 1812 channel, please put a comment in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, and please consider subscribing to 1812 channel. What I want to start is a community of people interested in discussing the War of 1812, and it won't work unless you join. So I want you for 1812 channel. When the barrage lifts, cheers.